A long-standing tradition on the campus of Michigan Tech University returned this past weekend. With more on this year's festivities, here's CW5's Thomas Fournier.
For over 30 years, Michigan Tech has been celebrating the diversity of their student body. The Parade of Nations, which celebrates international students, returned to Houghton this year. Well over 200 people were out on Lakeshore Drive on Saturday to enjoy the parade, floats, and music by MTU's pep band. Last year's parade was canceled due to COVID. This year, even though the pandemic limited activities, MTU students still showed up for their fellow Huskies. Bob Wentz was honored this year as Grand Marshal after his long tenure of volunteering with the parade.
There's a lot of international students here, one of the largest percent of international students compared to domestic students in the country. And it's just a wonderful event. It's a way basically for the community to welcome all of the diverse students, but it's also a way of celebrating the diversity in the Copper Country, all the ethnic groups that ended up living here because of the copper mines and other things.
Betty CHAVIS, the founder of the Parade of Nations, came back out to show her support for the students as well. She said that the idea for the parade came from a trip to St. Paul many years ago.
Well, I was in St. Paul with the international director at Michigan Tech at the same time, and we were there on a recruiting trip, and we happened to fall into this parade. And I said, you know, this would be a wonderful thing if we could bring this whole thing back to Houghton. And which we did. The next year, we came up with the idea of having the Parade of Nations. And we said, let's do a thing and do food and entertainment, the whole 9 yards. And it was a blast. It was a blast.
The Parade of Nations encourages international students to show pride in their heritage. The International Programs and Service Department helps students adjust to moving from their home countries to Houghton. If you wish to know more about IPS and MTU's international students, visit mtu.edu/international. This is Thomas Fournier with ABC 10 and CW5.